Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure, where today we're gonna kind of continue with a project we left off on yesterday. Yesterday we built this massive monolithic structure, this single tube of stone, so that the top of our house is no longer kind of just floating out in the air, and it looks a little less silly like this. And I was trying to decide, okay, well, what now? Do we want to do the feathering that I talked about, where we kind of feather out the mountain to have a slightly more natural slope so it doesn't stand out so much? Or should we keep working on the basement? And I kind of want to keep working on the basement. I want to finish on the extraction of the basement. We're looking to clear all this center section out, at least as far back as we can. Eventually, we're going to hit the axolotls. Not, like, actually hit them. Like, I don't want to run into them. But, like, somewhere on the other side, well, you couldn't have planned that more perfectly. What I was going to say is I want to put in a big axolotl viewing window. It's going to go right there, I guess. Maybe on both sides. I don't think the axolotls ever come out of the water, even though I built them this little area over here, specifically for the axolotls to come out into. Hello? They all just hang out down here at the bottom. I don't know why. I don't know where they're trying to get to. I don't know if they even know that they can leave. It kind of looks like they don't. They are all actually crowded up right here. Like they don't know they can swim up here. Weird. Very weird. Axolotl are strange creatures. But what we're going to do is we're going to dig the tunnel out such that it comes up here and we have a big window. And then also maybe back here currently, I mean, should we just get rid of this? If they're never going to come up here and actually use, I kind of picture this as being their nesting area, where they would have their little axolotl babies. But they never come up here. So should we, like, close this off and turn that into also a giant window? So that we can just have it intersect? Yeah, I mean, maybe. We can build them more caves down below. They don't even appreciate what I've done for them. So I say that, quite honestly, to heck with them. Yeah, this is going to be the new edge right here. Which means that for the basement, I don't know how far I've already dug down there in this direction. We could pretty safely do this, though. And then go down a level, and then kind of go this way for a bit. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so not that much further. Not that much further. This might come out under the staircase, which I don't want to do. That's exactly what it's done. It's come out right under the wall, actually. So I think that right there will be our actual limit, maybe? Okay, yeah, there's the stairs. We're going to let that set the limit for how far in this direction we're going to build. So there's our pale oak log. So right here is going to be the limit. I've made that decision now. Literally right now, as you're watching this video, no further than this. So now we dig in this direction. Okay, so maybe all of this is spared then. Maybe we don't actually do that. Maybe we do have a staircase down to here with just yet another window. Let's seal that in for right now. We're not going to worry about that. Let's dig this way for a bit. Yep. Perfect. There's this intersection. We'll leave the axolotls their little cave, I guess, even though they don't care about it. But now, everything in this block here, and everything in this block here needs to go. As well as up here in the ceiling, anytime we find bits of coal need to be removed before we sort of wall it in, or I guess roof it in. But now, I just have to start digging. Alright, so there's the area completely excavated, I suppose you might say. This is where the axolotl hut is. We can't go any further this way here because of the stairs. And we could go further here, just the fact that there's an axolotl hut right there that for whatever reason we've decided we're going to let them have, even though they don't care about it. You know, we've got to maintain appearances. Something we could do if we wanted to is we could have this be curved instead of like a solid edge. Oh, well, no, there's the axolotl hut, so no more curved than that. That's okay. That looks better. I like that. That's a slightly less rough edge, and therefore looks slightly better. I'm going to fill all this in. We don't need this here anymore, and I'm going to leave the coal. I'm going to leave the coal, because we simply don't need... I'm not leaving the coal. That's silly. I'm going to get the coal. I mean, it's unlikely we'll ever need the coal, but maybe we will need the torches someday. Again, coal is one of those things... It's a limited resource. Charcoal's not. So if we run out of coal, we just make infinite charcoal. So coal itself isn't. Coal is finite. I'll empty out my inventory. And then I'm going to come back down here. We're going to deal with this. Got to square all of this away. And I gotta collect the rest of the coal out of the ceilings, as well as patch all of these little holes here. Holes like this are created by falling bits of gravel. I completely forgot that at the start of this episode in my inventory I had brought with us, we got the whole gang back together. We got the clutter crate and we got the loot box, specifically so I wouldn't have to go back up there. I would just have these things in my inventory, ready to unload all of our stone that we'd collected. Gravel and dirt and copper and whatnot. I don't know why I carry that thing around. I never have it in my offhand. I carry it around, but I never actually have it, and it's not helpful just sitting in my inventory. I keep thinking, well, what? Well, I'll know. I'll know if I'm going into a dangerous situation, and I'll know to equip it. No, I won't. Based on previous experience, I've never once been in a situation where I'm like, oh, I think I'm going into a dangerous situation and I might die. No, I just go and I die. What's funny is that, you know, we stopped extending this thing because of where Mr. Zombie is, but we might extend it in the future because he might get moved in the future. And also now I'm considering, what if we took this part out from here back, and we also have that just be a floating, because what I'm thinking is that, you know, that might be nice to have that extra little bit of space right back here. If we just go ahead and extend it that little bit more. Just do this. Okay, so we're back to here again. So once again, that's going to be our, for now, our cutoff point. Like I said, in the future, maybe we go further. Well, how did we end up with that being the barrier? Oh, this one tiny section. Okay, hold on. Why is this tiny section sticking out slightly, not quite as far? Weird. There we go. That's the new limit. Okay, so this wall is now slightly further out by 1 block. And I've got this whole chunk here that also needs to be removed now. Because sometimes I just make decisions, and we charge forward boldly. Okay. That has made quite the difference. Look at this place now. Did you ever think when we first dug this out, and all it was this little square part of the room with this exit, that we'd ever get to this? Now, why didn't I dig the wall out 1 extra block for the material? And why didn't I dig out the floor for the material? I didn't think that far ahead, okay? I didn't consider the necessity. Clearly, we have to do that. Clearly, we got to clear out the floor, as well as the walls. Can't do that over here because that's where the zombie is. Mr. Zombie the second... Or no, Mr. Zombie, and then Mr. Zombie the third is over here. Is this thing still operating? I hadn't heard it in a while. Yeah, still working. I do clean it up pretty frequently. Glad that these guys are all doing great inside of here. Did we lose one? Is there... Hold on, what? How many are there? No, there's still 4 of them. Alright, yeah, we're good. Okay, time to dig out the floor and all the walls, except for that one over there, I guess. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. That's gonna be an issue. Because, at least for one of these pieces, this one right here, that's the inside of the axolotl enclosure. Probably needs to remain stone. So if that's the case... you know what? We'll just remodel the inside of the axolotl enclosure. Okay, they're gonna lose this part of the wall. And a thing they never go inside of. Whang. It also means that, unfortunately, we're gonna lose this much of the wall, because this is gonna have to be filled in here. That sucks. But such is life. Such is life. So I've extracted this section of the wall. Now we just need to go get the materials. I mean, I've got a few deep slate tiles here, and I do have a couple of, I mean brick, and I have some deep slate as well. So we can fill that in however we're going to ultimately fill that in. And then this is going to go down here like this, and we're not going to bother, like we have in previous floors, of having breaks every so often. Like, no. It's just going to go over here, and then into this corner, where, I mean, that's probably silly what we've done there. It is what it is. You know what I just realized? We got this going on over here, and we don't have it going on over here. Wonder why that is. And do we want to, like, every other level has that going on. This level doesn't. It almost seems arbitrary. Where I have not installed that. It's not here. Oh, we've got the border along the top there. Well, we're going to put the border along the top there. I think that is the intended design aesthetic. Wait a minute, hold on. That's the deep slate tile level, though. So actually, it doesn't matter what we put there. In fact, if we wanted to, we could just put the stone back right there. There's no reason to extract that. Yeah, because we're just going to do... I should have brought some with me so I can demonstrate what I'm talking about here. See, this is going to go up here like this. Kind of the same as it is over here. All the way down. So if we put the polished deep slate up here, you wouldn't even be able to see it, which is kind of a waste of effort. Whereas now, this is where it's going to go. We're going to have to go down to Deep Store and get some more of this stuff, because we're going to run out soon. But there's one wall finished. I guess I ought to go ahead and dig out the floor. That's actually going to be the biggest portion. I have not done that yet. Oh. Naturally. Yes, naturally. It's funny because you know things like that are here. You know that's the case, but you don't think about it, right? You don't really think about the fact when you're in this basement, the axolotls are over there, this thing is right here. It's not a part of the things that you think about in your day-to-day life. You don't really realize it. It's like when I'm in my bedroom, I don't really think about the fact that on the other side of the wall is the hall closet. Like, those are just two separate places, but they share a wall. Okay, floor is excavated. Let's head down to Deep Store and get some more of the tiles. Let's leave this stuff behind, though, because we really just don't need to be... Well, you know what? No, some of the stone should be taken down to Deep Store. That's the place you need to leave all of your excess stone. Well, that chest is full. Here we go. Probably need to make a storage container for them. The kind that you make over here, like the supply box and the tools. But the issue right now is that I'm forgetting what it's called. It's completely escaped my mind. I cannot remember what you would even refer to that as. A shulker. A shulker chest. Sort of a shulker box. That's what they're called. Definitely knew that. I did. Don't argue with me. I know things. I know what I'm talking about. On occasion, it may seem like possibly I have forgotten what something is called, or I don't know what it is I'm talking about, but I assure you, 100% I always do. Some people lie, and they say Rees doesn't know what he's going on about. They're liars, they're deceivers, they're tricksters, they should not be trusted. I'm not a liar, I would never lie or deceive you. It's not happening. Keep falling in this hole. This is the second time I've done it. Wow. I actually thought that I'd gotten enough to do the floor and the ceiling, and I'm learning now that I'm just a sweet, naive boy. Alright, as Danny starts playing, the floor is finished, kind of. Not sure what we're going to do here exactly. Maybe change that over to stairs or something. We'll figure it out. It's not an urgent matter right now. I'm going to start on the ceiling, and then once the ceiling's done, we'll kind of deal with these other walls, because those are going to be tricky. We have to kind of do this one in segments, so we don't stir the wrath of Mr. Zombie in there. And then this one, we actually have to build out, because we can't take this wall down, because I think the axolotl window idea is just going away now. Not sure how to do it when you have this natural wall here that's part of the enclosure. Again, maybe we turn this back here into a viewing window. That might actually be better, because what we can do is we can have this entire section back here, and yeah, we're going to clip both of those because I'm about to break that. What we can do is we can have this entire thing be a window. That's canon. It's a weird way to describe that, but that's what we're going to do. This whole thing's going to be a window now. Yeah, but we'll work on that as we go, and we're going to go ahead and fill that in. And start on the ceiling. So that's more or less the ceiling done. I guess now we'll move back here and figure out exactly what we're going to do for this wall. I guess glass has to go right there. Tinted glass should look really cool for this project. Can you make tinted? No. Nah, makes sense. This way, the axolotls won't be able to see me, because that's how tinted glass works? Not really, but we can make believe. Oh, look, we can watch that happen. Live. In the comfort of our house. Kind of grim. Just a little bit grim. Are we monsters? We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. One wall left. We just have to be cautious. Right? Like, we can't open up too much at one time, because he'll come through. And the problem there is that he will hurt himself trying to kill me. And I have my special armor on, so we just have to be weary of that. I think that worked. And I think if we just keep doing that, where it's just like one layer at a time, because he can't, like, flatten himself against the floor and come crawling out here after me. So I've accidentally sealed off the door to the outside. That's a mistake, but I can dig it back out later. But for now, it's done. here it is, folks. We've only just gone and done it. Let's pick these up. These kind of stand out. Let's move these. Doesn't look good with the torches everywhere, but I figure we'll come back tomorrow. We got to deal with the stairs situation. We talked about this a long time ago, how I realized I had sort of turned this entire staircase, I'd built this entire staircase using the tile stairs, but I had built this other entire staircase. Look at me, I built this staircase using the deep slate stairs. So I was like, there will be a day of reckoning where we have to sit down and decide what path we're going to take. And I think we're going to leave those stairs like that and replace these stairs with tiles, because they just flow better if it's the tiles all the way up. So we'll replace those with tile stairs, as well as put some on the underside of here, so they're not floating so awkwardly, and then maybe some kind of like structural supports under here. Iron bars might look cool. We'll do the lanterns kind of evenly spaced, although, you know, again, lighty doesn't quite work, but we can just turn off shaders and that'll be okay. Get that off. We'll build the big door. We'll figure out what to do around here and up there. This is done, though. This worked. Proud of that. I wonder what it looks like from the other side. Let's head outside and find out. Wahoo! There we go. It's kind of cool. I think it looks kind of cool. A little unnerving, you know, but, you know, it can just be standing here looking into my basement at any time. Or what's scarier is we could look in there and see someone in our basement. Whoa. No thank you. Until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless each and every one of you. Happy America Month! And I will see you later. Goodbye!